All right, Kevin here, and I got to tell you, wow. I mean, I am so humbled by the amazing response to the post I put on the blog about helping you become an information marketer. And I'll tell you, I mean, when I get a response like that, I mean, it immediately got my mind to thinking like, wow, how can I best help you? How can I, best provide you with some incredible value when it comes to this subject of information marketing? Of course, I've been an information marketer for years now. I really started going down this path all the way back in 2000 when I started my first website at getmoldsolutions.com. And of course, now this is fully what I do. So what I want to do is I want to start out with, how do you start by becoming an information marketer? And the first thing is coming to the realization that you have something of value to offer other people. And it doesn't matter on what that topic is. It could be on anything. It could be in the health and fitness space, cooking. It can be in, advice on different topics, parenting. It could be in regard to a passion or an interest or a hobby that you have. It can be in regard to all kinds of different topics. And the most important thing is you need to have a story. What is your story? And for me, I'm going to give you an example of this. And in fact, you'll actually be able to hear, there's a link included with this blog link to a recording of one of my events, which is called this behind the scenes tour that I offer for new clients of mine. And in the first about 20 minutes of that event, I share my own story. Okay. And the reason that you have to have a story, and the reason you'll want to kind of listen to that event, and like I said, I'm going to provide the link for you right below here, is so that you can put together your own story. And the reason you need to have a story is this is what allows you to connect with people in a completely authentic and powerful and clear way. And that when you do this, you attract people to you. Now don't worry right now about, okay, Kev, what am I going to put an information product together? What does that look like? All that. I mean, I'm going to provide some more help with you on that as we keep moving forward the best I can right here on this blog. And like I said, there is not going to be any charge for this. And as long as we continue getting interaction going and I continue to hear back from you and let me know that you're getting value from this and that you're tracking along with me and doing the stuff that I'm going to show you how to do, then I am totally excited to share a lot of this information with you. So, in creating your story, and like I said, you'll want to listen to mine because what I do is I share about my history, how I came to possess the information that I have. And for me, I share about, how I spent, 7 years fishing up in Alaska as a commercial fisherman, just like those guys on that Deadliest Catch show, and how I did that so I could save up money to start my own business. And then in 1996, I started my first business, the carpet cleaning business, and I talk about all of that and how I really worked my tail off to figure things out and to figure out how to make that business successful. And only once I did that, I found out that like, wow, you know what? Yeah, I'm making good money, but I had, no time to enjoy myself, no time for my family and my wife and my children. And I was like, I got to the point where like, I don't care how much money I can make. This, quite honestly, kind of sucks. And I don't want this. And so then I went on a kind of like a really soul-searching tour, if you will, to try to figure out, okay, Kevin, what do you want? And like I said, I tell all this in the story, and I talk about how I went to this event in 1999, and I met these two guys who were doing stuff online using technology, and my gosh, that was years ago when the internet was really just a fraction of what it is today. And I thought to myself, wow, maybe there's something there for me. And I started digging into it more. I started learning more. And before you know it, I came up with this idea to start the Get Mold Solutions website. I just took what I already knew from the cleaning industry, and that's where I started. And then when I built that website up, people wanted to know, how the heck did you do that, Kevin? How the heck are you making $10,000 to $12,000 a month with that website? And that was my next evolution. People started asking. I started putting stuff together to show them how I was doing what I was doing. And then I created the very first version of the automatic income system. And I will let you know, it's a pretty big system. And we're actually in the 8th version of that product now. And I created the first version. In fact, there's a big manual that comes with that product. And I wrote that entire manual in 3 days. 3 very long days. Took me about, about 14, 15 hours a day for 3 days. and when I was finished with that manual, I had this great sense of accomplishment. But by the same token, it wasn't necessarily a process that I wanted to recreate either. I didn't want to do that process again. And I'm one of these guys who I prefer to take the path of least resistance. And now whenever I create information products, which quite honestly, I don't create tons of information products. What I do is create small amounts of information products and then put really good marketing in place and just sell them over and over and over. And I am now, right now, as I'm doing this, that's kind of why I'm so busy right now at this point in my life, is I am in the process of creating a new product called the JV Jedi process. And once again, that is from my own experiences. I'm going to be showing people how I do that. But see, the thing is, you've got to have your story. And so what I want you to do is I want you to click the link below. I want you to listen to at least just the first 20 minutes of the recording so that you can kind of hear how I structured my story. And I will let you know that a lot of times when I host that behind the scenes tour that you're gonna be able to listen in on, sometimes people will email me after the fact and say something to the effect of, Kev, you spent 20 minutes of my time taking a stroll down memory lane, sharing your story. And quite honestly, Kevin, I don't give a rip about you. I don't give a rip about your story. All I want to know is how to make some doggone money on the internet. And the thing is those kind of people, they will never be clients of mine. And quite honestly, I don't want them as clients. But people who do become clients of mine, they would have never, ever invested in the automatic income system if I hadn't shared my story. Because my story is what lets me relate to them. It's what lets people know that I can empathize, that I understand where they're at, because I've been there myself. And anybody who has, been in this place where they feel like they're working so hard, they've tried so hard in their life to get to where they're at, and quite honestly, they're looking at where they're at right now and thinking, my gosh, I thought I'd be further along. I thought I'd have more to show for my efforts than I do. And anybody who's in that space, after hearing my story, they're like, you know what? Kevin gets me, and he's been there himself. And maybe he can help me. And so what I want you to do is check that out. And then let me know on this blog post right here. Let me know, because this is what's going to determine. As long as I'm getting active engagement from you, that's going to motivate me to keep doing this and provide more information to you at no charge right here on this blog. As long as I'm getting, active comments from you and knowing that you're getting value from this. And so what I want you to do is you go through this process and you let me know. Let me know, give some thought to what your story is. And you can share as much or as little on this blog as you'd like. That's entirely up to you, what you want to share, and share right from your heart. And as long as you are actively engaged in this process, I will continue to serve you and provide you more information. And yes, I'll be happy to get into the structure of information marketing and how to put products together and all of that kind of stuff. And we will be happy to get into that. But for right now, one step at a time. And give some thought to what your story is, and I look forward to hearing from you, and we'll keep this going forward.